Hello everybody, welcome back to another video in the series A Game Dev's Guide to Google Sheets. Today we're going to be looking at formatting and how to work on not only formatting a Google Sheet, but using formatting to help design your sheet and make it cool, like really cool. So first things first, as always, I want to go over the suggestions and hints and then go over examples and other items. And of course, this Google Sheet will be free to download and review. Additionally, I have created a link sheet that you can now visit at the bottom of each video I create that will reference you back to other links like my professional stuff as well as other tutorials with the sheets themselves in the YouTube link, and free templates that I create like my ELO rating system and then my ASCII RPG from the last video. So getting into it now, we're going to start off with these. Some of these are a little redundant and not super written out, so I may end up rewriting these in the future. Just let me know if these sound good in the feedback form that you can find in the sheet here. But starting off, conditional formatting can be used to mask ASCII values to create graphical games and artwork, as well as other inputs and outputs like alerts, sliders, and status bars. I'm going to couple this with the second one as well, because this also relates to ASCII stuff. Sub-referencing can be used to create graphical overlays, like the ones used in ASCII RPG and the Choose Your Own Adventure engine. Those are the actual visual elements of the game, so I'll show you examples of those here. So the first example I want to give is this basic value bar. You can adjust the value however you like here, and you will see that it will adjust based on what values you give it. So super cool and simple, and it uses conditional formatting rules to color these, which we can see by going to formatting, conditional formatting. We can see the rules pop up here. And of course, you copying the sheet will also see these same rules. And that one's a super simple one. You can also see the code here and how that changes. And then along with the ASCII elements, we have this here. So you can draw out pixel art and graphical displays. So you can see that there are more conditional formats here applied to two ranges, this range here and this 10 by 10 range here. And you can see these are all text-based. So if we type a different letter that's listed in this tree, we will see that it changes to whatever we type it to. Among other conditional formatting rules, I think the only other two I have are this one here, which allows you to change what kind of text is being displayed based on a type that you can assign it. So you can see those here. So the first one's bold, and it looks like I messed these up, so I can show you how to quickly fix these too. So we highlight these, we go in here, and then we just remove that text element and click done. We can actually adjust these pretty quickly. So now when we show it off, you can see italic and strike through. And then the last one here is a color scale. So you may see videos on this pretty frequently if you're trying to show off different numbers of different values. You can sit here and use a color scale to adjust the min and max in the mid-range values of a set and show them in degrees of min to max. So like the lower the number is, the lighter the color, the higher it is, the darker the color. And you can actually change these to display different values like this. So that is all the ASCII related items here. The next thing I want to go over is a info and testing page. I think these are very imperative to a successful sheet, especially when you are trying to work out how formulas will function, how things will be positioned, arrangement, everything of that matter. And this is a personal thing that I use with all my very complex sheets. I always include an info sheet. So I've actually included a test one here that I actually did real testing with. And I talk about the array formula code. So you can see that here and how that works. Now, you can read through the sheet on your own time. Remember that you can also play around with this. This will be in the description below. But one thing to keep in mind that the info document is meant to be a living document, meaning it is updated and changed frequently. And your ideas will start, they will stop somewhere. They don't necessarily need to be completed all the time. So you'll see that I have shifted gears in my decision making, in my planning, in my testing. And you can see it's stopped, but that means that there's a chance that new stuff can be added later on, depending on what I want to do next. So with that, let's get back here. And one of the last things I'm going to talk about is hiding sheets. So that's what the last two suggestions are. So you can look at a hidden sheet if you go here and click all sheets with the 3 horizontal stacked lines. In finding the grayed out sheets, we can click on those to open them up. And then to hide them, simply click hide sheets again. Now, if you are a viewer of a sheet and you don't have editor or control access, you cannot see these sheets when you click all sheets. They will be hidden from you as a viewer. If you are an editor or an owner, of course, you can see those and open those up. So keep that in mind when you're exploring Excel. This is very, very useful when you're trying to prevent people from breaking data and breaking formulas. As someone's using the sheet, if you have all of your actual code on the same page that people are doing their user inputs, it might be easy for them to accidentally type over code. So one good way of stopping that is to have this little extra layer of protection of, the extra step of clicking that button. Now, I will say for people using Microsoft Excel, the commands are a little bit more robust when it comes to hiding, protecting sheets. You can actually lock out ranges and password protect things, but I think that's an entirely different process. The use case for that being if you have proprietary code that you have generated, like formulas that you think are valuable, or like a calculator that you've constructed that accomplishes a certain task that you don't want duplicated and resold easily, you can password protect those pages and prevent them from being viewed. They will still function as normal though. So keep that in mind, that there actually are benefits to each program and how they use this kind of functionality. And that is it for the formatting guide suggestions. I do want to go over really quick and talk about just some additional stuff here. Very simple, quick items. You can see that I have gone and standardized the text and font here. I would suggest using the Format Painter to make those adjustments quickly. So if we go here and click the Format Painter, we can actually see that things change just by clicking on new cells. So instead of like manually setting up the formatting every time, you could just quickly click a button and click on the item you're trying to adjust, and that will speed it up. Additionally, I want to show off the now command and show off a cool little visual piece to make a functional clock. Now this is showing in military time, so it is in 24-hour increments rather than 12-hour increments. So it is currently 2:36 p.m. My time, and you can see that if I were to show this, it has today's date and the hour and minute. Now, you can do what you want with that, but I think left-right is probably the fastest and simplest method of extrapolating those details and then turning them into some kind of graphical display, which we see here is a digital clock. So there are examples for each one of these items in the description blocks. And I may update this over time as I create new items, just for reference, so you'll see this populate out over time. So what you're seeing now in this video may not be everything that's there in the future. One last thing before we go, I know I referenced this here, but I just want to quickly go over. You will also see future video ideas that pop up that I'm planning on releasing. I will start to include here. So I have the iteration guides already up. I'm recording the formation guide video now, or sorry, formatting guide. The next thing I record and make is the generative data guide, which will be using the array formula code that I am testing here. So a little bit of relation to the info provided. And anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like or subscribe to my channel for more videos. Give me a comment talking about anything you learned or liked, or any suggestions you have for improving this document or a future video. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you in the next video.